Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. And today is a good day for our hero players because we recently just got mask heroes and they're just busted. And we also got a new Voltic Thunder, which is really good. I don't know why people keep saying he's bad because he's just not. Like these people don't know what they're talking about. This card is beautiful. Also, like before we continue, like let me just clarify that I recorded an hour long video. Like this video I made and I completely forgot I was on mute the entire time. So now I'm having to voice over this. But like it's all good. So this hero rule is also a very good card and Soul Union. See, people keep hating on this card, right? I've seen people say this card's not good. It's not unusable. This is just simply not true. I'll show you games where I literally go into Contrast Hero Chaos and games where this card specifically saves me against Memento and some other decks. And throughout this video, I'll show you like a one card combo you can do. This is not like a combo video. This is more like to show you what this deck can do now. And I'll show you some competitive games. I went 1-0 with this deck, and then I lost, so it's like 31-1, I guess. And then I recorded this video right after. Um, yeah, this deck is, but as you can see here, like I just like started recording like every time I win, so I keep count of that. I did play some like these are matches, not singles. I did play some singles where I just didn't count them. Um, but yeah, all of these are matches, and I just like went crazy with this deck. This deck's insane, and like these mass hero cards carried me so hard. Not that I'm a bad player or anything. I'm a good player, but just like the synergy between the cards and your hand is now just beautiful. Like you don't have to break on increase. I'll show you games where I literally have increase in the back row. I don't even need it. And this hero player just saves the Ash for increase. And by the time he ashes it, I literally just normal summon Vion, which I searched with the other plays and I already have mask change and everything. So this deck is broken, alright? And Duskcrow specifically can search the furnace, and it's I play it at 2, not 3, because I tried it at 3 and it sometimes breaks you because it can compete for normal summon if you don't have anything else, and that kind of sucks. As opposed to Furnace, who you need to play at 3. Do not cut this card anything less than 3. I guess if you want to play like 40, maybe you can play 2, but do not play 1, right? You need that. It's so good for follow up, and you always want to see that card in your hand. And yeah. So Atomic is insane. I've seen people go into Dark Law right away, and then they're like, "Oh, something's missing from my end board." And the problem is they're not using Mass Change on Furnace. You're supposed to use it on Furnace, and then the Atomic is gonna revive the Duskcrow, and in the end phase, it's gonna set a Mask Change, so that you can use it on the Duskcrow. If that makes sense, I'll show you, guys, what I mean. And yeah, Hero Rule, the trap is really good. Um, Rust can set it, and then you can like banish cards from either player's graveyards, but don't use that against Malice. All right, you want to side that out. What else? So Voltic Thunder, I love this card. I actually love it. I cut Absolute Zero, and I don't miss. There was not one game where I was like, if I had Absolute Zero, I would have been good. Not one game, because Voltic Thunder just does its job so much better. Not only does it clear monsters, but it clears their entire board and even yours. But that doesn't matter because most of the time you're going to be using it going second, and you're not going to have anything on the board anyway. So you go into Infernal Rage, and then you tag him out for the Voltic Thunder, and then you cook them. I did also test with Instant Contact. The thing about Instant Contact is it's not that it's a brick, because you can technically like use it to link and stuff, and you can use it as like different attributes and all that. Like it can be helpful. It's just that you don't want to go Instant Contact into Voltic Thunder because most of the time it's not gonna work. You don't have Neos in the graveyard or on the field, and it's just not good in this deck specifically. You can probably play it in a pure Elemental Heroes or Neospatian deck, 100%. Like that would be very powerful. But yeah, in this deck, it's not very good. So I just got it. I did try a lot of different cards here. I tried playing Mass Hero Blast. He was okay. But there's just no room in your extra deck. I tried even cutting Crusader to 1. Doesn't work. Trust me. Don't ever do that. If you need the follow up with the Crusader, it's crucial. What else? Neos Lord is just too good. Neos Lord is too good. There's so many games where he just saves me. Literally just straight up saves me. Because if you survive with this deck, you have so much follow up. Think about that. You have Supremacy, shuffling back all your like your Wonder Driver, your malicious cards, a Crusader if you need to, some fusions. It's just so powerful. And then you also have Evil Assault, reviving back the Dark Fusion to go into Neos Lord. You have Increase, which you can just attack and get it back into the back row, or if they attack you on their turn and deal damage, you just have it in the back row to dodge and all that. Like you have so much. If you survive till turn 3, you're probably gonna win the game. There are so many like most of the games I played, I won on turn 3, right? Because like it's Mitsurugi, ryzeal, and all these like stupid busted decks. But yeah, like they can't beat this deck if you know exactly what you're doing and you're stopping the right cards and playing around hand traps properly. I'll show you some games. I did make some misplays. And some of which replay was it? I think it was like the last replay that I lost on. I did make some minor misplays, I would say. Like they wouldn't change the outcome, I would say, but they still kind of hurt. Um, yeah, and Soul Union is just beautiful because you can banish like you can banish the Mask Heroes from your graveyard to go straight into Contrast Hero Chaos, and I've done that so many times. You just like set that with the thrust basically. The only thing is you need a normal monster, normal hero in your grave for you to be able to fuse, which is annoying sometimes. There's a game against Memento where it kind of like hucked me. I did win the game because of the Soul Union, but not the second effect to fuse. I was trying to fuse into Voltic Thunder and clear his board in the battle phase, but that didn't come up. So he was forced to attack into my Chaos, and Soul Union would copy Neos and gain attack, and he would get destroyed and the damage step, and he can't respond or do anything. And then he would just scoop, right? Because I have an infinite Omni Negate with Contrast Hero Chaos, and I have Neos Lord on the field. Too much. Like, now you can properly overwhelm your opponent with this deck. I feel like back then, like, you would have to have a fully clean combo turn 1 to be able to, just snatch a victory without doing anything. Now with this deck, even if you misplay, it doesn't matter. Unless it's a big misplay or you're going up against, like, one of these insane decks like Mitsurugi ryzeal. I mentioned this deck a lot because I played so many Mitsurugi ryzeal matchups. I played like 8, I think. And I won 7 of them, and then I lost the last one. Yeah, it was just unlucky. We'll go through that when we get to it. As for hero rule, there's been some games. It wasn't too many games. It was like 3 games where I used both effects. So you banish cards from their graveyard, and then you can like I played a game against like tier. So I don't know what it was, like a random pile tier limit deck. It was a decent deck, but this card destroyed them. Like he ashed me, and most of the time they're gonna ash you or like hand trap you because that's just the meta right now. And then thrust goes insane here. So I loved thrust in this playthrough. And yeah, just banish their tier limits, and then you can also banish one of your like own elemental hero cards, and then you can revive it. So I did that with Stratos, and then you just revive it on your turn, or you can pop their back row and stuff. Like you can do a lot with this deck. Um, what was there? There was something else that I wanted to mention that was really important. I'll probably remember it later when we play the games. But yeah, this is like my final deck list. I tried with so many different cards and stuff. I tried playing 3 ecos, and I just saw that 1 eco is enough because I'm playing 3 Stratos. I also tried double mist. You don't need double mist because you're playing 3 Stratos, and that's way better than playing double mist. Double mist doesn't come up much because you can just shuffle it back with the supremacy if you need to. You can also revive it with the Voltic Thunder if you need to. You can like there's just so many ways to get to mist again if you need to. Forget the side deck. Side deck is just nothing. Don't worry about that. I keep like changing cards in and out. The only card I would say you need to play in your side deck if you play this deck in the TCG is Lance. Like you need to play Lancia. It's too powerful. Malcharmies didn't come up too much. Book of Eclipse came up a couple times on my turn. Um, and yeah, D-Barrier was just useless. I didn't really play it much. I just played it like as a target for Thrust. I didn't even use it once. It never came up. Nib is okay. It's not too bad. And yeah, I'm not sure when we are gonna go into the games. Must have been yapping for a long time here. But oh yeah, the new evil hero, what's it called? The one that targets and summons itself. Vicious Claws, that's what it is. Vicious Claws is really good going second. Going first, it can set up another extra interruption. Could be powerful against Mitsurugi specifically because they do have the ritual that can just destroy all your monsters, and that's really annoying. So Vicious Claws can just like resummon itself and then pop a card, and then you can use the mask change on it, right? So you save the mask change for that. Obviously, mask change is not well. Dark Law is not too good against Mitsurugi, but it does help a bit. There was also a game where I literally sniped an insane card from their hand, and they just like scooped instantly. Yeah, I think here I'm just showing like test hands of this, and I'm just showing you that if I normal summon Stratos, it gets negated. Duskcrow doesn't do anything, but Furnace is insane because you can just search Poly and keep playing, right? So that's why I played at 2 and I played Furnace at 3. Yeah, these hands are just beautiful. Like if you look at this, like we can play through so many hand traps. And if they like hand trap you like 2-3 times, they're down 2-3 cards, and then you still have like at least 1 or 2 interruptions, which are pretty powerful interruptions. So yeah, like you'll just find that you're gonna overwhelm your opponent. If you play right, just play around hand traps properly, especially Ash. Everyone has Ash for some reason. Literally everyone. Yep. So these are the replays. So that's a 1 card combo tutorial. I seen some people, try to do like 1 card combos, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm missing something from my end board. Oh, I did something wrong." They don't know what they're doing with the combo. So I'm just showing it here just to show you what a Hero Lives 1 card combo looks like. This is probably as good as it can get, I think. Also, Plasma only came up like 2 times. Plasma was definitely not a card I felt like I needed. But when it came up, it was definitely the only card I needed to win the duel. Nothing else would have saved me. So yeah, I just decided to keep it. I do love Plasma. Okay, we fuse into Infernal Rage here. Go favorite contact. Okay, so you keep the Duskcrow in your hand here, right? Do not use the Duskcrow as a target for mask change here. Don't do that. I've seen so many people do that. Use that as a body to link or do something with that, like fuse or whatever. See, I use it for Wonder Driver, and I do that so much in my combos. And then you recycle the Poly, okay? And then you use the Furnace. Now you can go into Polymerization, DPE, and then the Furnace is going to revive, and then you can mask change it, and then that's going to revive the Crow, right? So if you go DPE here, get that back. Okay, we go Wake Up. This is just to go into my Evil Hero combos. Also at the start, I sent a Sinister Necrom first with the Vion, and then I went into the Dead End Prison, and then that sent the Malicious. People have been sending malicious to the grave right away with Vion. I think that's the piece that they're missing. They have to send the Necron. Okay, yep. And then this resets the poly, and you have a Duskrow on the field. This is your best turn one. You have DPE, you have Mass Change for Dark Law on the Duskrow, and then you have Dark Supremacy, you have Favorite Contact to go into Contrast Hero Chaos or Shiny Neo Swingman. And then, yeah, you could go into Voltic Thunder. I did that a few times. It was hilarious. I love that card. It's so funny because like as soon as you like clear their entire board with that, they just instantly scoop. So I think it's definitely becoming one of my favorite cards, that Voltic Thunder, and I'm probably not gonna cut it anytime soon. Yeah, you just have infinite follow up here. So that's a one card combo, and let's see some games here because I do have some really, really great games. Obviously, I'm not gonna show all of them here because if you guys want like a video with only um, the duels that I played, I can show you all of them. Yep, I'm just playing this out, I guess. Go Dark Law, alright. And yeah, like you can't really do much against this deck once you have full combo. It's too much. You have negates, you have floodgates, you have pops, you have follow up. All right, I do have some really salty replays in this thing. Like, unfortunately, like there are replays I got and I saved them, and I just never made a video about them. Let me know if you guys want to see them, but they're hilarious. Like, I have some hilarious replays against ryzeal and stuff. Okay, so this is the one against Memento. That's the one I was talking about with Soul Union, where it saved me. You can see it's in my hand right now, and I'm going second against this deck. Memento has too much gas. They're really, really annoying, but against heroes, like, they're not... I don't want to say they're bad, they're just not the best thing against heroes. Because what stops heroes is negates. They don't have negates, they have pops. And like, you know, like, what are you ideally gonna pop? Like an increase in the back row? That's like the only thing that comes to mind. Everything else is useless. So he just like cooks here for the next, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. Like, this guy just takes forever. Okay, he does make a very cool play where he goes Moon of the Closed Heaven, and then he goes Sequence and fuses into the Berthomet to send, what was it? The Sleepy. Yeah. That was a pretty cool play. And then he can also use the Berthomet on the next turn or something to revive something. It's really cool. I like that. So I did not care about his board. I was just worried about two things. The two cards in his hand, because I thought it was hand trap. I knew 100% Ash was one of them. I just knew it. Right? You always have to like play thinking that the opponent has Ash. Sometimes you will have to play into it, and they might not have it. But always play keeping in mind that they have Ash. And then I knew the two back rows, except the one on the far left, I was worried about because I thought it could be Super Poly or Imperm. In which case, they would both cook me, especially a Super Poly. That would hurt so bad. And I was mildly concerned about Little Knight. So we'll see what we do here. Okay. His end board is pretty good because he can like still fuse. He has so much to do. He does make some questionable plays. We will go over them when he does them. Okay, so we draw into Called By here, which is actually a pretty good draw. Okay, so I did not initially want to Called By that, but then I was like, if the far left set card was a Super Poly or Imperm specifically, I would lose because I need every single card in my hand right now. So I kind of had to negate that. And also, like, from my knowledge about Memento, I didn't think they played like too many other hand traps because they don't have too much room. They have too much engine, right? So we go Mist here. Grab the Vion. We go into Duskrow. This was trying to bait an Imperm if that card was an Imperm, right? Because we already had the Furnace in hand, so it doesn't matter. if he negates that. He doesn't. So I'm like, okay. If he had Imperm, he would have used it, right? So I give him another chance to use Imperm. So what I do here is, okay, he goes Bone Party, chaining to my card. For some reason, I don't know why he did that. Because, like, what are you trying to do here? Okay, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we drew the increase, but I play one increase. We drew the increase. And I'll show you how we literally cook our opponent without increase. We don't need that card, right? Cut that card, don't cut the Vision Hero engine, but, like, cut the increase, doesn't matter, right? We don't need that card. We can draw increases every single day. You're never gonna cry about that again. Okay, so that's the questionable play I was talking about. Like, he goes into Chimera and he doesn't pop. And at the time, I was like, "What the hell is this guy doing? Like, why would you not pop? Right? You want your draw two and shit." And then I realized he used two monsters on the board and one card in hand. So if you don't know how Chimera works, you have to use. If you use two monsters on the board, you have to pop two cards on the field. You have to. I only have one card on the field, so he can't pop, which means the effect just doesn't work, right? So I found that hilarious, and I was like, yeah, he just threw the game here, right? Also, like, why would you even go into Chimera early? That doesn't make sense. I have one card on the field, and like what are you trying to draw into here? It doesn't make sense, right? So overall, like, that was just a very bad play. We banished the increase because we don't give a damn about increase, right? We don't need that card anymore. That was we used to need that. It's trash now. Yeah, so I went Evil Hero combo because I thought, hold up, if I go Neos Lord, he's first of all gonna have to negate. Also, if I use Dark Fusion, he can't imperm, so then I can steal one of his cards. That was like the thought process. And I was trying to out his Little Knights, right? I thought he would negate that for sure, he didn't. So I just, get back my Duskar and I'm like, don't be stealing my cards, bro. Alright, he pops this. He can't pop my Neos Lord. I'm not sure why he even popped in the first place. This guy is just like doing random shit at this point. And yeah, we go Contrast Hero Chaos, and this checks his back row, right? Unless it's Super Poly, which I didn't think it was because he would have used it if he had it. So yeah, we check his back row here. Alright. He top decks the Imperm. He top decks the Imperm. I did not expect Book of Eclipse, so we had to negate that. And then we still have Neos Lord, and we have the Soul Union. So here, Soul Union kind of cucked me because I did not have another elemental hero different attribute in the grave. I only had elemental hero Neos in the grave, right? So I couldn't go into Voltic Charge. So for me to be able to do that, I would need him to get rid of my Contrast Hero Chaos because it's always treated as an elemental hero, and it's a dark, so I can use him and the Neos to go into the Voltic Charge. That was the only way. And you'll see what happens here. Okay, so he pops the wrong card here because he revives this. Where's it? He goes into the Knight and then pops it. I'm not sure when he does it. But he pops my Poly. That's why you always want to bait your opponent, set two cards. If he popped the Soul Union, I probably would have lost here. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a very close game. Okay, so he just has infinite gas here. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. He's activating card after card. Like, how do you not physically just, like, get exhausted playing Memento? When you're just, like, doing random shit. Sending millions of cards and just, like... I have no idea. They do so much just to put up a few pops. Like, like, it doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah, here I'm just like explaining the thing I was explaining earlier, where I can't fuse because this card specifically says, well, no, not the card itself. I just don't have anything for Voltic Charge, and that's the only thing I wanted to go into here. So, yeah, it also does require you to have Neos in the grave, which is a weird restriction, and it can't fuse from the field. It has to be only your graveyard. I found that really annoying. I still like the card. It's just not ideal sometimes. Okay, so he activates this so he can attack directly. I'm actually not sure why he didn't. I don't think he had a way to go into the fusion. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. He destroys himself so he can attack all my monsters, right? He does pierce. And okay, so he attacks this, right? He deals damage. I just let that go through, and then he has to attack my chaos. But what happens is, if he attacks my chaos, he just scoops here. Because if he attacks my chaos, I'm gonna use Soul Union, copy the Neos, and then my chaos gains 2500, and it's gonna be 55. And then his monster gets destroyed. This is all in the damage step, so he can't activate anything. And then I have an Omni Negate every turn, and I have Neos Lord, which is just too much for him. Like, you can't beat that. And I have Follow Up, and I have just too much. I'm not sure why he didn't, like, attack first before he scooped, but yeah, he just scoops. I guess he knew what I had. I was streaming at the time, so yeah, maybe he scouted or something. Like, sniped me or something. It doesn't matter. um, Okay, what else do we have? We have, yeah, save the ryzeal match for last because I did make some misplays and I want to like talk about what I did exactly. That was a misplay. Um, yeah, that's the branded player. Okay, so this branded player locks me out of the entire game with the Roz Disciple, right? And I still win. Like this is how far heroes have gotten. Like we don't care. You can't special summon, no problem. You can't play the game, no problem. I'll find a way to play, right? So he goes Brandon plays here. Again, like he sucks. I don't think he's a good Brandon player. He's just doing random shit. We don't have to explain every single play he makes, but this is just not an ideal end board. I get it. You want to lock me out of the game, and you think I'll scoop, but that's just not what's gonna happen. Maybe if I was Mitsurugi ryzeal, I would have scooped. Not heroes, baby. Not heroes. Playing ad libitum. Very interesting. Okay, so he doesn't go early here. I think he probably should have used Branded in Red to go into anything so that he can activate his Sanctifier and I can't respond. Because if he chains here to my Vion, I can, called by your Roz Disciple. Like, that's just not a good play. Or if I have a Bestial or something, like, that's just, I don't know what you're doing, bro. That's a huge misplay on his part. But it doesn't matter. He still gets his Roz Disciple. Because, never punished. These players never get punished. Okay, again, banishes this for no reason whatsoever. Yep. Here's Rod's Disciple. Okay, so ideally I would... usually I'd probably lose here. But I knew he had Mercurier, so I was like, Furnace is going to bait that out, and then I'll keep it in hand, and then if I favor Contact Fuse, I can summon it, and then Mask Change it into the... What's it called? Atomic? And then Atomic's gonna, give me another turn. That was like the plan. And you'll see what happens. Okay, so we do get Supremacy here because we hard opened the fusion, Dark Fusion. Yep. This, get Dark Supremacy. Okay. So okay, we couldn't play the game on our turn, but we still had a lot for his turn, right? This is something you wouldn't have been able to do previously. So he clogged up his entire board. Okay, so now we favorite contact, right? We go into Sunrise. This triggers our Furnace in hand. And then Furnace summons itself because it's broken. Alright, I was hoping he would attack Furnace first so I can pop something, but he doesn't. Doesn't matter here because we mask change into Atomic. So Atomic says you can't be destroyed. Okay, I had to negate that with the Supremacy because it would have negated my effect that says I can't be destroyed by battle or card effect once per turn or something. Yeah, like this effect is so clutch. It's actually so clutch. It saved me here. If it wasn't for this card specifically, I would have lost. It's also 2600, so he can't swing over it with his branded cards. And I just love that. Like, he attacks with Mirror Gen and it's just like, what do you do here? He probably should have attacked with Bruise Worm so he can use his effect. But he didn't do that. I don't think it would have mattered too much. Yeah, I think we would still be alive. So So yeah, kind of a misplay on his part, but yeah, doesn't matter. All right, look at this follow up, by the way, right? Like we got cooked, right? Look how we follow that up now. From not being able to play the game. Also, this is like the line for Voltic charge, right? I'll show you like what happens here. Okay, yep. Just shuffle them back. Yeah, very fair. Okay, distribute, doesn't matter. Go Duskrow. Yep. Now we got, as long as you have the Duskrow, you can OTK. I'll show you, like, you'll see the line here. OTK line after you Voltic charge. So, go Poly, Fuse, you go into Infernal, so you have follow up in case they survive somehow, like if he has a Bestial or something. I was playing thinking he might have a Bestial in hand, right? Because he has regained and all that. So we go Voltic Charge and just nuke his entire field. Tell me that's not awesome. This is like the best thing you'll ever see. Nuking a Branda player's entire board with Voltic Charge and then going for game. Yep. I don't know what I'm talking about right now on the thing. There you go. Oh, that's so cool. Also, he uses Mirror Jet, so I have to kill him this turn, right? Actually, I don't really have to because I do have favorite contact. But watch this, right? This, boom, get that back. That's game. That's all you need to do, right? That's game. And we just flex on him, BM, go into Darklaw, because Darklaw is the GOAT. And GG. Doesn't feel good beating a bad branded player, you know? Like, ideally, you'd want to beat a good branded player, because I'm a branded player now, and I feel bad. Yeah, was that a single or a match? I don't remember. I think it was a single. Yeah, it says 31. Yeah. That was a single. I did like at 31 and 0. By the way, it wasn't 31 and 0 here. It was 31 and 1 because I had lost and then I started playing singles, right? I was not counting the single matches. I just forgot to change the thing. So okay. I have no idea what this deck does. I still don't have no idea. Like at the time I was playing, I was like reading the cards and like playing around certain stuff. But I have no idea what this deck does. It's so weird. They just like synchro a million times and then like spin back your cards and shit. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. Anyways, we cooked them. We literally don't care. I played against some hero players. I played against this deck like twice, I think. Yummy. I played against K9. I can show you some games against K9. Like K9 was really good. I do have some really insane games. Um, Obviously Mitsurugi ryzeal so much. I played there against Malice like 5 times. I want to say 5 or 4 times. I don't remember. I played against Branded. I played against Blue Eyes a few times. There was one guy running the new Dark Magician cards, which is really cool. Yeah, I played against like so many different decks, and it's good to test heroes against all these different decks instead of just like one deck. So yeah, and I won most of these games. Uh, the only game I lost was against Mitsurugi ryzeal at the end because I misplayed. And there was one game where I think I was gonna lose. Maybe I'm not 100% sure because I still didn't know what the last card in his hand was. But then he disconnected, and like, that's like the only games that were like on the edge. Other than that, like I just completely dominated everyone else with this deck. And it's not because like I'm a good player. I think it's because the deck is just broken now. The deck is just so good. Okay, that's the Mitsurugi ryzeal. Okay, okay. I did lose to this guy. Okay, what happened is game one. Uh, I was gonna win. Okay, I had baited everything out. He doesn't have anything, no cards in hand. His board is just like 3 cards who've already used their effects. Um, and then I had Duskrow in my hand. And what happens is I accidentally set it instead of activating the effect to summon itself. And then I'm just like I was just like sat there, like, oh my god, did I just do that? And I had to scoop because that was, my last play, right? I was saving that for the last thing, and yeah, just completely destroyed me. Unfortunately, I probably should have won this, by the way, if it wasn't for that misplay. Like, if this was in the actual TCG, you're not gonna set the card accidentally. You're not gonna click that. You're just gonna summon it. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm really happy with um what I did. Like 31 was just beautiful with this deck. And I've played so many different decks. Like the highest I've gotten is like a 14 or 15 win streak with like Blue Eyes Centurion, which was just insane deck. Like, if you guys want to see that, I'll show you some insane replays. I love that deck. Um, yep. So we go into our plays here. I think we have everything. I'll show you what misplays I make. Okay, it's not misplays with the combo. It's with the interactions. Yep. Grab the Dusk Crow. Oh man, it feels so good to finally have the Mask Heroes. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, as soon as I saw the Mask Hero cover, I was just like, in the tactical pack, I was just like, no way, it's finally happening. I started like jumping around and going crazy. I've been waiting for that for so long. Okay, this is just like basic combo. I showed you this combo before or something similar. Basically same end board, Stratos, Search. I do go for this Vicious Claw, and what happens is you can mask change the Vicious Claw, and then you can get the additional interruption on the next turn. So yep, that's basically the best turn one board you can get, pretty much. All right. Okay, so he of course top decks the ritual, and he has called by one off, by the way, and one off Harpy, because these are like the best cards against us right now. Uh, it's just stupid. Okay, I don't lose this game, by the way. This is game two. Uh, I'll tell you what happens in game three after. Okay, so I knew he was gonna go into the ritual to destroy all my monsters. The misplay I made is I wanted this card to be banished, so I do chain mask changer. I should not have done that, right? Okay, so because when he destroys all my cards here, okay, so let him destroy my cards. What happens is Vicious Claws in the grave is gonna trigger, and it's gonna resummon itself, pop him, and then we can mask change it. Obviously, this is assuming he doesn't have Cold Bite. Like, I didn't know he had Cold Bite, so this was the right play at least. Okay, so yeah, I mean, because he has Cold Bite, like, I think I made the right play here, going mask change at least to get them banished. But it doesn't matter. Like, it does nothing. Like, Dark Law is not that good against Mitsurugi ryzeal, like I said before. Okay, we have to DPE, so we can bait out his negate. And now he cold buys our Vicious Claw. Which is a bit annoying. We do trigger the DPE at least. I think he should have just let him go through and pop him, to be honest. I think the real threat was DPE. He thought he could OTK me. I think that's why he did that. Okay. Also, by the way, if you have Dark Law in the grave, you can revive it with the atomic. So if I, have a way to shuffle back the atomic, like the Dark Supremacy, for example, get the atomic back, resummon it, and then you can resummon the Dark Law directly, ignoring its summoning conditions. So that's very powerful. Okay, I'll show you what what I'm saving the favorite contact for. I was initially gonna go into Voltic Thunder, but then I was like, he is probably gonna destroy me if I do that. I need something that's gonna last more than one turn. Like, I don't want an interruption on his turn and then that's it and I have nothing. I wanted to guarantee that I survive, right? And the only way to do that is to let him, go into his Dew Drive and Detonator, and then I would just wait for him to set the field spell, right? Or just like, add the field spell or something. And then I would favor contact into Neos Lord. And I would target his detonator because I want him to pop himself, right? See? So I go for Neos Lord here. Okay, we want him to pop himself, right? We don't want to take anything else because like the detonator is just too powerful. Like he can just like keep popping cards. It's just so annoying. So the best play is to make him pop himself and then he revives and then that's fine. Because if we targeted anything else, he'd just pop it, right? Doesn't matter. And then the detonator would just be on the field with like its like millions of materials. So we target this, right? He pops himself. Because if he doesn't pop when he flips up the field spell, I'll just pop it with the detonator when I take control, and it's forever, right? So yep, he targets himself, pops. So the reason I went for this specifically is because it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So detonator would not be able to out this, right? And he basically doesn't really have a way to out this. It's too much for him. Okay, so he makes a massive misplay here. He thinks he can spin back my Neos Lord. And then he realizes, oh shit, I can't do that because it was summoned with favorite contact. So he's forced to spin back his own Exceed. I was just laughing my ass off here. See, this is why you never scoop, right? Never scoop against this deck, ever. Because you're going to have players like this who don't know what favorite contact does. Alright. So now we get DP back. We have so much advantage here. Okay. So he has cross, he has the trap negates, and he has the prayers or whatever the hell that is. Yep. Without his cross, see, Neos Lord is so clutch because every turn it's gonna be stealing his cards. It can't be destroyed by the detonator, and it can't be destroyed by battle either. It's so powerful. It's so powerful against them. Okay. Summons that back. Again, very annoying. Pass the entire field. But it's all good. I do like DP get negated because I can just like revive it with the Crusader. I'd rather keep the Foolish in hand because I can make plays. So he doesn't negate with the trap. I thought, like, is he unable to activate it? But I think he just waited for something. I don't know what he was waiting for. Maybe like a plasma or something. I don't even know. But like that was just not the play. Like he should have negated. He knew my hand. He knew I only had Foolish and Dark Fusion. He should have negated Dark Fusion. He's good. I think he just got really greedy, right? But by the way, if he negated my foolish, it would not be game. Like I would still cook him because I have malicious and denier and grave, and then I go crusader. I was trying to bait out his negate so I can go into the crusader, and then I was like, whatever. Okay, I thought for sure he would negate here so I can miracle fusion, and then he just doesn't, and now he's checked, right? Like he can't activate his trap under Contra Zero Chaos because I'll just negate him, and I'll just negate him every single turn, and he's just not gonna be able to do anything. So he makes a massive misplay here. I guess he didn't know. He didn't know we had that card. Yeah. Okay, and now we have a full field. I only have 4 cards left in my extra deck. I did go Miracle Fusion trying to go into Wake Up, and then I realized, oh shit, I was low on time by the way. And then I realized I don't have another Elemental Hero Fusion other than Contrast Hero Chaos. So I'm gonna have to go into Sunrise. Which is fine here, but not what I wanted to go into because Wake Up, I could pop Wake Up, and then go into Stratos to pop his back row when he tries like setting the prayers and stuff. That was the plan, but yeah, it's all good. Okay, this was. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about popping my Crusader here so that I can free some space for Neos Lord. But I didn't do that. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. But you'll see what happens next that makes me think that what I did was the correct play. See, he goes Baguska. I have only 4 cards in my extra deck and none of them are links, and I have no way to out the Baguska. So if I had popped my link, I would have lost here. I don't know. Maybe it's God's way of saving me here by making me not pop my Crusader earlier. But works here because I can just swing over him now. And I have Neoslord, I have DPE, I have Contrast Hero Chaos, I have so much. Like, you can't stop that. Then we get Super Poly, of course. Yep. Prayers, negates. Not today, boy. Not today. Yep. Now he draws into Nib. Okay, this Storm was annoying. I actually had a feeling he had that, which is why I wanted to keep everything in defense. You can see, like, I kept the Neoslord in defense. Not that it can be destroyed or anything, but, like, I kept it because I was, like, thinking, maybe he has something like that. But I didn't want to play around everything. Okay, so this doesn't matter here. Cleared my entire board, doesn't matter. We still have DPE, we have Neoslord, we have too much. He can't win. We also had Super Poly, in case, you wanted to go into anything. I do have one more game I want to show, which is Heroes versus Heroes, and I'll show you how increase doesn't matter, right? Like, I showed you previously a game where increase was in my hand, and I only played one increase and didn't matter. Like, I still put up my full combo. And I'll show you here again against another hero player where he thinks I need increase, right? So I just keep increasing in the back row because I know he has the Ash, and I just cook him literally. Okay, so this is just me, like, going into ranked, doing like a raw game randomly here. Just show you that I'm not bullshitting. Like, I'm actually, like, playing these games, right? I made this best of one. We won the coin flip. Go first. Okay. So yeah, this is raw gameplay, by the way. I was just counting his cards here. Just trying to think, like, what could he possibly be playing. Usually when you have someone playing more than 40, it's a really long combo deck. So I have seen some Memento players play that. White Forest. Usually you don't see Azamina, but this guy was on Azamina, right? Which is a bit surprising because he has, see, when he Veilers, I thought he was playing Blue Eyes. So I was like, you go Dark Law, you cook him. So let's see what he does here. So obviously he is waiting for our increase, as they always do. Doesn't matter if he stops anything here because I still have my normal summon. I have Malicious Engrave, I can go Crusader. Nothing matters, we're all good. Okay, see, usually what you want to do here, if you know he has something else, just keep the increase in the back row. You don't need that, because the thing is, they're gonna save their hand traps for the increase, right? If they have the Ash, they're gonna save it, and by the time they want to Ash or increase, it's already too late because you already have everything, right? I do this play all the time, and I love it. Because they think, oh, he's trying to bait me, he's trying to bait me. But the thing is, like, I'm already doing my combo. Like, you're just, like, worrying about increase, which I'm not even gonna use. You know what I mean? Um, okay, so he does this, and I can just dodge it. I can literally just dodge it. So it's basically like, you want to hit me with something, I can just dodge it. If you don't want to hit me, just keep saving your hand trap for increase, and it's not going to do anything. Also, you'll see, like, this guy gets super salty when he sees my end board because I put up full combo under double Veiler. Like, Veiler does nothing. Yep. What do we send here? I'm not paying too much attention. Um. Okay, yeah, we go for the evil heroes. Send the sinister. You grab Polly. The reason I went for that is Blue Eyes auto loses to Supremacy, especially if they're, like, 2 cards down. Because most of the time, what they're gonna do is, like, they're gonna lead with load, or they're gonna have a wishes. That's gonna be their last play. Wishes requires a discard. So if he has 4 cards in hand, let's say he has load, for example, I can pop it with the DPE. Then he's gonna have 3 cards in hand, and if he has wishes, it's gonna be his last card probably. And it's between normal summon, right? So you either normal summon like a barrel or a sage, which I can just stop with my Dark Claw because I'll rip a card off your hand if you add, and then that's gonna leave you with how many? 2, 3. Yeah, you're just not gonna have much because I'm gonna rip you with the Dark Law, and then I have my Supremacy for your wishes, right? You need a discard for that. So you're gonna have 0 cards when you activate wishes, and just gets negated and you lose. I love Blue Eyes though. Like Blue Eyes is such a fun deck, especially when you play with Centurion. I don't think I've seen anyone play that. Um, yeah, I just thought of that deck because I was like, you can have Primera with. Sorry, if they negate Primera, you just go into the Spirit with Eyes of Blue, Link Summon, and then you like go into the Link one, and then you normal summon Sage from your hand, and they just scoop. Because you have full Blue Eyes combo, and then you can like go into Spirit, the Synchro, and then activates his effect to tag into Ancient Fairy. Ancient Fairy pops the field spell to search a Centurion field spell, and then you basically have full Centurion combo from there. And you still have like a Majesty in the back row and a Veiler in hand. Like you have too much. You have way too much. Like a Drill Beam possibly as well if you started with Barrel. If you guys want to see a video of Centurion Blue Eyes, I can make one. I'll just make a video no commentary because I don't usually like to make these long commentary videos. But for this specifically, I felt like I had to because people, you know, have been underestimating like the traps specifically, Soul Union and Voltic Charge as well, and the Hero Rule. I think they're great cards, so I just had to show them and just give you like a insight as to like what I'm thinking when I'm playing these games and the thought process behind everything and how to like play around certain hand traps and against certain decks and what's good and what's not good, so you know how to build your deck properly. Obviously, like I'm not saying my deck is the best deck out there, obviously not, but it's about like ratios. Like if you enjoy certain ratios, like play them. If you like playing Spirit of Neos, play that. Don't like copy someone else's deck and think you're gonna win because you're just gonna start losing and you don't know why. Just play what you feel comfortable with because you'll know proper lines to go with that deck, if that makes sense, right? For example, like I don't expect anyone to play Soul Union and Hero Rule, but I love them. They catch people off guard. People don't know what they do, and they can be pretty good cards. Also, like Thrust. People don't play Thrust in this deck, not much at least. They can side it sometimes, but like as you can see, like we basically have full combo here. Again, don't mask change the Duskrow. Never do that. I did not revive anything earlier. What do you call it? The furnace. I did not revive the furnace because you don't need to. You can keep the furnace because you have the infernal wing, and you can mask change the infernal wing and go into your atomic. So yeah, that's also another thing to think of when you play these. You don't always have to activate your cards, right? So we just set here. This is a raw game, so you know had limited time. I didn't do whatever I wanted to. Atomic. Yep, and then that's gonna reset my mask change and resummon the Dusk Crow for a target for my Dark Law. Super powerful. As of my time recording this right now, I don't think anyone has made any like combo videos or anything like showing like these decks. Like like there's like obviously like Dual Evolution and like these guys, but these guys are not like hero players. They showcase every single deck, right? Obviously no one knows heroes better than the actual hero players because they know like lines that no one else knows and they know everything about the deck. I haven't seen anyone do anything because it's still like really new. Like these cards just recently came out, so I thought, you know what, let me just put a video out there. Okay, so this he was on Azamina and basically he just loses to Darklaw. Like there's just nothing else you can do. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Darklaw cooks him here because he's gonna lose 2 cards. His the card he activated and another card from his hand. they're both gonna get banished, and he gets to summon nothing. Right. So he was very salty here. You guys are gonna see. Also, this is like what usually happens in most of these games. Like I like floodgate them with Dark Law or something, and they just start like being salty and shit. Um, I usually ignore them, but this guy, I was like, I kind of feel bad for him, even though he double veilered and he's still complaining. I'll still give him a chance, but he just didn't want to. See, like he loses two cards here, and he has two cards in hand. He can't activate anything. I don't play into tactics. I choose not to here. And now he just says, fuck you. You're a floodgate or hero player, whatever. So funny. Yeah, like this deck is gonna have people be so salty. So be prepared for that. You can have so much fun just laughing at these players. See, he's like, dark is for pussies. And I'm like, okay, sure. I'll get rid of the dark law, no worries. Right? Because it doesn't matter. Like, I can just go into Contrast Hero Chaos. I still have Super Remedy. I have too much. You're never gonna win this, bro. Dark Law does not even matter, bro. I could have beaten you without Dark Law. So I just tell him, okay, I'll get rid of it for you. Bait battle phase. So because if he tries to bait battle phase, my toggle is turned on. I'll favor contact away the Dark Law into Contrast Hero Chaos, and then he can choose not to go into the battle phase, change his mind, and he stays in the main phase. But he still can't play anything, right? And he's just like, you're gay, you don't know how to play the game, and I'm just like, sure, bro. Oh man, don't you just love heroes? Yeah, cause yeah, you're never gonna beat this deck going second with Azamina. I'm sorry, like it's just never gonna happen. Okay. I think now I do show the hero game against another hero player. Man, I love this deck. Again, Voltic Charge. Guys, don't sleep on that card. Do not sleep on that card. Listen, don't go. Oh, the thing is, like, people try to go over and, like, try to summon this guy, like, this card no matter what. Like, you're making unoptimal plays to summon Voltic Charge, and then you're saying the card is bad. Like, no, I'm not saying the card is always going to come up. I'm saying that when the card does come up, there are going to be times where you're gonna need that card, and it's going to be there for you, and it's going to, just destroy everything they have, and then you can go for an OTK line. Like, if you know what you're doing, this card's amazing. You can also summon it on the opponent's turn. It's a beautiful card. You just need to know what you're doing. And I'm going to be honest, like more often than not, you're going to be favor contacting a what do you call it? Like Contrast Hero Chaos or Shining Neos Wingman. And even going second, you might not even get the chance to use that card. But, you don't have to play that card. Like, I think you can cut that card if you want to. I just enjoy it personally. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I felt the ash in his hand because every time I tried to, search or something, there was a delay, and then there was no delay for anything else. So I knew he had the Ash. I was like, okay, no problem. You want to save the Ash? I'll let Increase just chill in the back row in case you have a Veiler or Impermanent on top of the Ash. And yeah, I'll just chill here. I'll do all my plays while you wait for the Increase. Honestly, I was a bit disappointed in this guy because he's a hero player, so he should know. But I guess it does make sense. I did give him an ultimatum because it's like, do you want to get Duskcrow and Furnace, or do you want to negate Increase? So I did go for this place where I summon Doom Prism because now I can summon the Increase, and if he negates it, yep, I knew he was waiting for that. Now you just send Mist and you add the Vion and nothing happened. Like, what did you even Ash, bro? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Sure. Boom. Go into Sunrise. Alright. Then we link into Infernal Divisor, add the Neos. Yeah, like, it's just over, bro. It's over. He has Droplet in his hand, and Droplet does nothing. Like, we played around Ash, we played around drop, we played around everything. Obviously, at the time, I didn't know he was playing heroes. I didn't know what he was on. But you see here, like this is just full combo. I do pop these because we do get an extra interruption with the vicious claws, right? So DP pops himself or something on our field. He just revives. I'll show you why Soul Union is good here. So we basically can save our favorite contact for Voltic Charge or Shining Neos Wingman, and we can just go for Soul Union into Contrast Hero Chaos. Just beautiful. Like this deck is now just beautiful. It's so fun to play. Okay. So he doesn't have a spell to send with his droplets. He does have a trap and a monster. Most of the time, they're not gonna have all three traps, spells, and monsters. They will probably have spells and monsters. I did have that happen to me a couple times, but the thing is, they're not gonna have traps most of the time. And guess what negates his droplet if he doesn't have a trap? Dark Supremacy, right? So yeah, like we just we chain Maskin to the Contrast Hero Chaos. Chaos negates him. Go Dark Law, and now he scoops. He has no plays whatsoever. We still have favorite contact. We have too much. Like this was just not winnable for him. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. I do have, like I said, replays saved, but I was thinking I'd probably save them for a video. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. And tell me what you guys are playing. Are you playing Neos now? Are you playing pure elemental heroes? Also, like I did try a pure mass hero deck where it's just like mass heroes and some elemental heroes, and it's like a going second deck, and it was still good. It wasn't this good, but it was still okay. Um, yeah, like this deck is so fun. I encourage you guys to try Soul Union, Hero Rule 1, and Voltic Charge properly, because these cards are just beautiful. I love these cards. And this is like my final deck list for now. I'm pretty happy with this deck list. I think it's done pretty well. Forget the side deck, like I said earlier. I tried like a lot of different ratios and stuff. I think this is like the best one. I did show some test hands earlier as well. Like you saw the hands are generally pretty good. Yeah. Please cut the super poly. I added it because I was trying it out when I was doing like the singles after I stopped the streak. Super poly doesn't do anything. Most of the time, it's just a dead card, and it's just win more, right? Like you don't need that card. It's pretty bad to be honest. You can play another e-call if you want. You can play. I don't even know. Like you can play anything else. You can play a third thrust. D barrier if you want as a target. You probably want to like side these though. You can play a double increase if you want, even though you don't need that. Like I showed you how increase does nothing. If you open it, if you brick on it, it doesn't matter. You can play second mist, I guess. That's possible. There's also a new card called Prima Light, which is really good. So it lets you like get an additional normal summon. It works better with Solid Soldier because it can tribute the Solid Soldier if they try to negate that, and then summon a Spirit of Neos from deck. Otherwise, yeah, just get an additional normal summon. I really like that card. I did try it. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. And let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the new hero supports. And thank you for watching.